That's how I was made. What's going on, Points Gang and Cloud Family, your neighborhood friendly fat man? It's Friday. Y'all made it through the week. I'm so glad you guys decided to pop in and hang out with me. To a halo. Shout out Rebel Spaz. I know you guys, anyone who's actually tuned into this live before, you've heard that man's name. You can find him on Spotify, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, you name it. He's an amazing, incredibly phenomenal artist. Very down-to-earth, humble human being. He's funny as hell. So if you guys haven't had a chance, go check out Rebel Spaz on YouTube. He's an amazing musician, and he actually gave me permission to use any of his music that I want to, which I happen to enjoy a couple of his songs. Scars for Armor, Phoenix Rise is another good one. Life's a Bitch is another good one. Hell, he's an incredibly talented artist. So look him up if you guys get a chance. Stand and Fight, he put that one out. It was probably one of his more recent songs that he has out. Very, very well put together song, very well put together video that I happened to pop up in for a split second. So check him out, is what it is. But I can't thank you guys enough for popping in for me. I am banned on Facebook, so I was unable to share and let anybody know that we are live. So if you guys could, and if you haven't already, share that we're live, tag a couple people, bring a couple friends over, whatever you got to do. Because, yeah, I'm a bad guy. I'm always catching bans, you know what I mean? So much so, if you check on like my TikTok or like my Instagram, before you follow me, it even tells you, this account has multiple community guideline violations. Do you still want to follow? I'm sorry, I'm one of them people. If it gives me that prompt before, if I didn't want to follow you before, I will after that prompt. Just on the sheer fact that means you ain't a stick in the mud. You be saying some pretty controversial shit, so I'm here for it. So that being said, let me pull up my chat here, and then get yelled at because it's gonna echo for a second.
Then turn it down.
I don't wanna do it. No. There it is. Boom. Dave Burgess, Amy Hill, Clarissa Proctor. I appreciate y'all all for popping in, for real, for real. Today is going to be a very interesting topic because we're going to talk about being over 30, being a stoner, and the differences between what we could do when we were younger and what we can't do today. Boy, this should get interesting because let's face facts. I snap, crackle, and pop. It sounds like somebody stepped on bubble wrap just for me getting off the couch. So, the older I get, the worse that seems to get. So I believe that the title is very fitting for this. So if you haven't checked the description, go ahead, have a giggle with that one at my expense. But make sure you share this. Scott Roberts, Scotty, I appreciate you popping in, Bubba. Love to have you sponsor me. I'd rock merch everywhere. Bubba, once I get into a position where I can do that kind of stuff, you'd probably be one of the first people that I would sponsor, for real, for real. Billy Blaze, my boy, I appreciate the fuck out of you. And honestly, like, all right, look, if y'all are in here and you're not following the 420 Kid, which I'm just going to assume you are or have been under a rock, that man does. He's one of the top activists in the state of Ohio. Like, that man is cannabis. Period. It just is what it is. We were out the Holistic Cloud 2.0 today in Steubenville, Ohio, in the Fort Steuben Mall. I might even have to show y'all a little sneak peek here in a minute. I'll pull my phone up. We'll use my little side camera over here. He got the weed mural walls up. Like, Steubenville has no clue what they've gotten themselves into with letting us into that mall. But if you've got it, you need to roll it up. It's time that we start getting busy here. Val Fodder, what? Snow, what up, darling? See, I would never, if you wouldn't have said that you were Snow, I would have had no fucking clue by the name Val. Never would have. Dave Burgess, exactly. If somebody has the community guideline deal before their name, trust me, I'm going to follow on the strength that you have community guideline violations. This is what it is. We're going to get along on some plane. We're going to get along. Put that down there. Bro, so wish you could make it for the 420 block party. Bubba, Scotty, I wish I could, bud. Right now with us, I have so many people that want me to come do meetups. I got invited to a TikTok meetup in Vegas. It's going on right now. I've got invited to Miami twice. There's a lot going on right now. But 420 is actually my boy Billy Blaze's birthday, and he will actually he's going out of town so he can go blaze down for his birthday. I've got to make sure that I'm there to help run the store and cover my end of it so he can go enjoy his birthday. So I'll get back to partying and having fun once we get these clouds opened up. But right now it's full steam ahead. We've got really good momentum with the stores. Things have been going really well. So kind of been pretty headstrong about I pretty much work and that's it. I work and I smoke Giggle Bush and I come talk shit with you guys 2 nights a week. That is my life. Sparks, what up? Got my own tonight, so I'm good. All right, good. What are you smoking on? Oh, I appreciate the fuck out of you, Snow, for real. So I said I'd comment on your video, but I didn't know you were live on TikTok. I was like, oh well, shit. I'll just pop in there and tell her. But yeah, because like I said, I'm banned on my Facebook. I can't do shit. My Facebook's a brick right now. There we go. This bud came from a dispensary, and I've been saving this little bit that I had left of this one because it's supposed to be Girl Scout cookies. It is not Girl Scout cookies, okay? Fun fact, anyone who's ever smoked the actual strain Purple Haze knows exactly what I'm talking about. It's a very unique taste and smell, okay? It's almost unmistakable, truth be told. Like, if you have real Purple Haze, you know it's real Purple Haze. Now, I say that to say, this Girl Scout cookies is not Girl Scout cookies. I think either a seed got mixed up or a bag got mixed up and they, marked it wrong because it has the unmistakable flavor of a haze. Like, it has that hay, earthy taste to it. It's just, there's no way in hell that it's Girl Scout cookies. But anyway, it came from a dispensary that way. The other day I was smoking some, and my boy Billy Blaze, he's a Purple Haze fan too. And he hadn't gotten to smoke his Girl Scout cookies yet. So I was like, hey man, I have some Girl Scout cookies as well. I tried it. Bro, when you get home, you need to try some. He's, what do you mean? Dude, it tastes like straight haze. Like if I didn't know any better and like was just smoking it, I would think it was just Purple Haze, that they didn't have the room cooled down enough, because you need at least 60 degrees or a little lower to really bring the purples out in your plants in the flowering phase. So for those of you who didn't know, yes, the purple color that comes out in your bud is actually due to the temperature in your grow area. It's not, yes, it's in the strain, but you have to lower the temperature to bring that purple out. Some strains, they're strong enough they can kind of push that purple color forward, but a lot of times, more often than not, you want to bring your temperatures down a little bit, leave it a little bit cooler, and you'll notice that it'll change the pigment in your buds themselves to a more purple hue. And sometimes, more often, it'll change the actual fan leaves and sugar leaves as well. They'll start taking on a purple hue as well, like a reddish, maroonish. Like it's super interesting, which is what I absolutely love about this plant. Like, you never stop learning about this plant. But if I were, like, Girl Scout cookies and Purple Haze are so far apart on the spectrum, okay? And truth be told, like, I kind of want to know exactly what strain this was they got mixed up with so that I can order it again. For real. Because it definitely isn't Purple Haze, but it's a haze of some sort. But anyhow, that was just a score for me, because like I said, you pay the price we pay. I wasn't, like, Girl Scout cookies is good, don't get me wrong, but
It's a cookie haze.
It's like a cookie haze type. It's odd. I don't know how else to describe it other than it's odd, but I'll tell you what, it is gorgeous. Such a good smoke. So I saved some so I can smoke it with y'all. And I got me some DABS, some Belaire 2.0 diamonds. Shout out OKC for their freaking medical market. Belaire Kush, you can get it in most Oklahoma dispensaries. Shout out Paragon and Meridian Development Group. And Jason Wilson who grows Bill Schmidt Jr., a.k.a. Billy Blaze's strain, Belaire Kush. He's a Purple Heart veteran who actually, they're fixing to put Paragon Development Group in Tip City, Ohio. Like, it's almost like they got the drywall and stuff getting worked on, like safes are in, like they're trying to get that shit ready here soon, so they'll actually have Belaire Kush, Widow Belaire 2.0, 57 Chevy, Angelica's Aura, a bevy of other freaking strains. Like, they're actually still coming up with other ones, but they'll be available in the Ohio medical market here very soon. So make sure you guys are checking out for those. But I actually have some exclusive Belaire 2.0 diamonds right here, y'all. Boom. So for those of you who haven't seen them or didn't get to check into last week's live where I got to show off some of the diamonds, I've got a little better batch right here. And yeah, it's some kind of wonderful. I have Purple Haze, Granddaddy Perp, cookies, and cream, and White Tahoe, and King Louis. Big bet, dude. Like, all right, look, the King Louis, I had King Louis in cart. I got one last month, and I'll tell you what, it was absolute fucking fire. But if you get a chance, try the Triple Crown. If you like the King Louis, try the Triple Crown if you get it in flower. We rolling rockets over here. If that blunt is under 3.5, we ain't smoking it. Is what it is. Paige, I appreciate you coming in, girl. But, and either or. So, I know I speak for most stoner parents when I say that life after 30 is hard, okay? So those of you that haven't quite got there, get ready. If you're already getting the aches and pains, it's all downhill from here, okay? I only worked physical manual labor jobs, which meant I had to have people pee for me constantly. It was an absolute fucking nightmare, but I was smoking regardless, all right? When you work like underground and shit, you have to smoke. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Granted, I would never smoke and go to work, because that's especially in that kind of a job. But when you get home, hell yeah, I'm smoking. But I just don't remember, like, the recovery time taking as long. Corey Roeder, how you doing, darling? Flour mostly just burns my throat anymore, so I switched to carts and dabs. See, Spark, actually, I've heard a lot of people saying that, and a lot of the reason that the flour will hit, kind of burn the back of your throat would also probably be with how it was cured in the flush process. More often than not, your cure, I like to do a 10-week cure. I feel like that's, I mean, you can even go a little longer, honestly, but that's actually like when you dry your bud all the way out. Once it's been floured, you trimmed it up, you got to put it into a jar. They actually make raw hydro packs. I don't know that I have one out here with me that I could show you, but they're just little packs, and they're humidity packs. You want to try to keep the humidity down, and you want to keep them relatively cool, but you want to let them sit in a jar, and you burp the jar twice a day for the first couple weeks, and then not at all after so long. You want to leave the air out of it completely, and you just let it kind of steep in that empty jar for about 10 weeks or longer. But that actually that's like what gives you your smell. It brings out them flavonoids, and that's actually what kind of makes your smoke a little more tolerable. So your flush is important, okay? Depending on where your flower was grown, how it was grown, if it was organically grown, whatever. But that final flush is important because there's everything that plant has uptaken the entire life cycle is down around that root ball. You wash a lot of that away whenever you water, so that your last flush, you want to make sure you give yourself adequate time to flush properly, because if not, you notice that your ash is black instead of gray. So you'll get a black ash and not a nice gray one. Gray means you've gotten the impurities out. You know what I mean? For the most part, you're just you're down to the flower itself. Any of that black that's left in there is impurities and stuff, and some actual nutrients that's still left in the base of that damn flower. So when you light it, hit the back of your throat, especially if they didn't cure it and they didn't flush it properly, those are the ones that are going to hurt. It's going to feel like you're trying to swallow gravel the next day after you smoke a blunt. It makes for a very, very unpleasant smoke, and a lot of people don't know that. So if you have a strain that's kind of harsh, go get you some raw hydro packs or a Bavita 6% pack. Throw that shit into a mason jar. Put it inside of a cool closet somewhere with no light, dresser drawer that's kind of in a cool area. Put it in there for a week or two, whatever. Recure that bad boy. Let it go in the drawer for a little bit. Take it out and see if it doesn't help just a little bit. Because some people, they rush their cure. They want to get it out to the patients. They want to make their money. You know what I mean? They've been, if it's an auto flower, they've been growing for 3 months, 4 months. If it's a photo period, they've been growing for at least 6 months. Especially if you know what I mean, going on the light cycle. So they're trying to make their profit off it finally. So they cut corners. They don't dry it properly. They rush their cure, which gives you a decent smoke. If it was grown well, it'll give you a decent smoke. But that's at what cost? Your throat, your chest, your lungs. Not to mention, it doesn't smell as pretty. Just small things to look for in your giggle bush. I'm a bit of a weed snob, but I mean, it just kind of helps pick it'll help pick the strain that works for you if you know if you know how it got to the point it's at. I'm sitting here waiting for my gummies to kick in. You have me debating whether or not to go ahead and smoke a blunt. Bro, hey, if you're on here, might as well smoke, man. Might as well smoke. But that's another thing that kind of happens the older you get too. It seems like when I was younger, dude, I could clear any bong. Didn't matter. I could smoke as many joints and blunts as we wanted to. I mean, there was no limit to what I could smoke. Now, I got bitch lungs. Like, we can smoke all day, don't get me wrong, but I'm going to cough my damn head off. I'm going to hack my head off. I'm going to wake up in the morning, I'm going to have a dry, scratchy throat. I ain't going to be able to talk. Like, this getting old shit's for the birds. Like, okay, we'll take a nice night like the Jelly Roll concert. It wasn't very physically, like, you know what I mean? Like, I wasn't in no mosh pits. I wasn't doing nothing I shouldn't have been doing aside from standing in a goddamn line for an hour. But that line was kind of lit, though. We had some guy in a big mushroom hat rapping. We had our weed suits on, so naturally everybody wanted to get pictures with us, and everybody was handing us joints. We probably smoked, hell, I don't know, 3-4 joints just outside before we went inside into the building. Like, that Jelly Roll concert was lit, but I was sore as fuck the next day. Like, I mean, granted, I had a smile that couldn't have been taken off of my face, okay? Like, you couldn't have removed it with a knife. But the one thing you could have done was hurt me with a flick, because just from standing and kind of being, you know what I mean, bump back and forth all fucking evening, I was sore as shit the next day. I used to go to concerts. I mean, I was the lead singer of a metal band. I go to hardcore dance and drink all night long, eat zero food, drink zero water, wake up the next day, go to work for fucking 16 hours, then go to band practice. Now, my lord, we go collect signatures for a day, and then I go finish out the last 3 hours at work. By the time I come home, I'm in the damn fetal position crying on the recliner. I'm cramping up! Like, life after 30 is for the fucking birds. Listen, anyone who's under 30, listen, it's a trap. It's a trap. Look, two people decided to get busy with it fucking in 88, and now all of a sudden I'm paying bills and picking out goddamn paint swatches and shit. Who the hell's idea was this? I didn't ask for this shit. Moody Yard Badger, what's up, bro? It's so hard to stay disciplined enough to let it cure for 10 weeks. Listen, that was one of my biggest problems when I first started growing, especially on my indoor grows, was micromanaging my grow tent. Like, that's a big one, especially about autos. You got to leave them things alone. Check on them naturally. Make sure, you know what I mean? But I'm one of them people, I'll obsess over it. Every time I walk past it, I got the thing open, picking at it, plucking at it. You are actually hurting your plants, and you're actually, like, stressing them the fuck out by the constant poking and printing and propping. Because an autoflower goes through its life cycle so fast, you can't really fuck with it. Otherwise, every time you defoliate, every time you start pulling off sugar leaves and stuff, unless they're almost dead and you absolutely have to get the underside of that plant just for your airflow cleaned up, don't touch it, because you're actually setting your plant back a couple weeks every time you do that, because you're stressing it out. You're going to kill your yield at the end, because instead of it growing, it has to heal those spots. So it'll stop itself from growing, it'll stop its nutrient uptake, and it'll work on fixing those areas, and then it'll start growing again. So actually, they tell you want to try to, I low stress train my autoflowers. I'll FIM it once, and then that's usually it. And some people even are like, it's a huge fucking debate on FIMing versus fucking topping, and if you should at all with autoflowers. I always have, just like they tell you not to transplant your autos. Everyone says it's a terrible idea. I've always transplanted my autos from seedling into its main pot. Never again after that. But they always tell you start it in the pot it's going to finish in. I've always transplanted mine. I've always done them in cups. Like, I've literally always, I've tried using the germinating pots one time. Fuck those. Stupid. Fucking dumb. I can just do the same thing with a fucking solo cup, and I can just cut the fucking bottom of the sides and drop it in, and it's done, and it's easy, and fuck that. If you tend to rock on the range, it was a rough 3 days. Oh yeah, bro, we opened the stage, we opened Taste of Chaos tour in 2008. We opened the Ernie Ball stage. 2007, we opened Sounds of the Underground, Cleveland. We opened for Chimera and Azalea Dying and Guar and Full Blown Chaos. 2006, we opened at Ozfest, Pittsburgh, Cleveland, and I can't remember what the other one was. And then we had opened for Crossbreed at Peabody's Down Under in Cleveland. Crossbreed Mushroom Head was the last big show we had done. So yeah, no, many concerts. Like I said, I used to be able to, I could mosh, throw down, I could get into a whole fist fight. Wake up 4 a.m., take my ass to work. No big fucking deal. Fast forward a couple years later, bro, if I stub my toe and fart too hard, I'm sore as fuck the next day. I don't understand, like, no one warned me of this shit. And I made a video today on my TikTok, so anyone who follows me on there naturally, it's not very manly at all, but these sad-ass fucking videos online, they never bothered me at all when I was younger. Now, Jesus fuck, dude, I watch one soldier coming home and surprising his dad or getting saluted from his dad, and it's fucking horrible. I go from perfectly fucking fine to leave Britney alone. I never, like, they never bothered me when I was younger. Like, I had kids and all of a sudden became soft as fuck and my fucking body became brittle. I don't get it. Like, oil field. You carry around 300-pound pieces of pipe all fucking day long. Even your wrenches are big enough to commit felonies with. Like, it's physically fucking exerting. I did that shit for 6 years, 7 years. It wasn't as sore as I am after just a brisk evening of walking around the mall now. Like, a trip to Walmart feels like a fucking 8-hour day. Like, it's dumb. It's dumb. And I can try to eat better, whatever. Like, it doesn't help the fact my fucking poor legs got to carry around all this amazing awesomeness and flubber.
It should be in a Progressive commercial, becoming your parents.
Dude, I'm telling you, I have become like, there's times... Dude, there was so many times I'd look at my dad, and I'd never treat my kids like this. Now I have straight up my dad coming out my mouth every other day, and I finally understand why he talked to us the way he did. Because I was reckless with my mouth. All right, I spoke with reckless abandon for my own life, my own well-being. And now my kids do. So, like, I totally fucking understand why he wanted to put me through a wall. I don't blame him. I would have put me through a wall. I'd have whooped my ass. Like, I'd have beat me up. Period. I'm smoking on a cartridge. Vixen is this strain. Look, Vixen's good. If you like Vixen, try Ex-Wife. It's a really good one. Clarissa Potter, thank you so much for that, for real. Dave Williamson, Fuzzy, appreciate you popping in, bro. What's up, Luster Pod? Appreciate you coming in. Got that butterfly lustery right yonder. We getting lusty up in this mug. My dad did put my head through a wall. Look, me and my... Okay, I can't say my dad because I squared up with him. Look. I went years thinking that, like, I was some tough guy. Like, I thought, like, I had, like, won because I walked out when I was 17 and, like, you know what I mean? Like, I moved out and, like, no one stopped me. Like, I was like, oh, I won this one. Nope, my dad definitely won that one because you realize just how fucking hungry, how much you don't fucking know real quick at that point. But and either or, I watched that man he had two botched back surgeries, a fucked up shoulder, and that man would fucking bench press shit. It made no sense. He worked 3 jobs, drive a truck with a fucking whole bum fucking back, couldn't feel his right leg. I don't know, like, I'm not half his fucking age, and it hurts putting my sock, like, I have to choose between breathing and putting my sock on at the same time. You know what I mean? I can't touch my toes and breathe at the same time. I have to pick one. You know what I mean? He's out here working 3 jobs, doing fucking, you know what I mean, full workouts and shit with a bum shoulder, bad back, whatever. And I cough too hard and I get an umbilical hernia. Life doesn't make fucking sense, you know what I mean? Kate Savage, what up? Yeah, okay, so, I made a video the other day, and I used the term bahoo-hoo hug, and y'all could just, you know what I mean, I'm not even going to give you context. Listen to what I said, you can pretty much piece that together and read between the lines, but it is something along the lines of a good bahoo-hoo hug will have you in 3 seconds. So, it's not our fault that we're Minutemen, it's really theirs. Okay? It's not our fault, it's theirs. If they didn't have Primo Box, we wouldn't be having these problems right now, okay? I'd be able to think of something else, and you know what I mean? I could think of like a different song or something, and we'd be good. We'd get at least 30 minutes out of this, but y'all got good box, we ain't got time, obviously. So, that being said, the whole bahoo-hoo hug term got taken and added to a t-shirt. So now, if you go to Kate Savage right here in the conversation, all right, it's K8 on TikTok. Go ahead and order your t-shirts today because I will get that video duetted. I didn't get a chance to today because we were replacing tiles at the Steubenville store. But yeah, you could own your very own Vahoo. I think it's like, what does it say on it again? My dad told me to eat a bar of soap. I laughed and said no. Boom, head to the bathroom wall. Bro, listen, my dad was one of them guys that he didn't, if he was screaming at you, you were already getting fucked up. That just was what it was. Like, my dad was very stern, very strict, but I mean, he meant well. Like, he was a good dad. I was just a little fucking asshole. Like, I was a very respectful dickhead. And I totally get that. Like, I would buck against him because I had to. Like, it was what it was. I knew what I was doing was wrong and still had to do it anyway because he told me not to. It just was what it was. It is a wonder I'm still breathing, and that man let me breathe. It just was what it was. Like, I would have, that belt wouldn't have went across my ass. I had it around my neck at that point. You know what I mean? Like, I'd have had a hit out on me as a kid. I was an asshole. Dave Williamson said Vahoo. Yes. Vahoo. Vaho-hum diddly. Use your vajazination and read between the lines. The vagina, my guy. Read between the lines. First place finisher and Vahoo hug champion. That's what it says. And the first place finisher, right here, okay? Heavyweight 1-round bout. I've been known to get knocked out in the first round, though. But it's that primo ball. Look, I didn't want to get married. I had no plans of ever being married or having kids. And then I met my wife's Vahoo. Well, here we are, 3 kids, house, you know what I mean? Like, later, she ain't got to work. I do the cooking, cleaning, grocery shopping. Primo Vahoo champion. Vahoo hug champion. I said what I said. That thing that tongue does. I'm going to get fucked up for those comments, so everyone's aware. Like, it's funny now. I guarantee I make a video later live from the couch. Put money on that one. You have a good night. I got to let my phone charge. Had to come in and show some love. Dude, thank you so much for popping in. We will be live again Monday, right here, 9:30 p.m. Read between the thighs, too. Right. Well, I heard a very a quote that's always stuck by me. And it was, when eating a taco, do you hold your head to the left or to the right? But the knees and thighs usually hold my head right in the center where it needs to be. Wait till this live is over. Oh, dude, it's going to be bad when I walk out of the studio and into the house. What part of Ohio are you from? I'm going to swing out one of these days. Oh, bro, I'm in Belmont County, Ohio. Like, very easy to find. I'm always at the Holistic Cloud. The one is in Bel Air, Ohio, okay? That's 3048 Belmont Street, Bel Air, Ohio. Or the Fort Steuben Mall is the second location. It's the Steubenville Mall, basically. They're rehabbing the mall. It will be up and running here. He's shooting for, I think in May, obviously. Hopefully in May. But that's always subject to change. I mean, when you're trying to open up a store like that, can't really half-ass it. And we've got another store opening up in St. Clairsville that's franchise owned by Brian Phillips of Ohio Valley Auto Accessories. So we've actually got to start getting that one set up too. So I'm always in one of those 3 areas. Hit me up one of these days, dude. We'll set something up, have you come to the cloud for a day, man. We can fucking chop it up, talk, you know what I mean? Like, we can get there. We can get there. Get something set up, we'll get you on the fucking show for an evening, you know what I mean? Find you a hotel that's close here, get you on the show for an evening, whatever. Like, we definitely got to do that up for sure. Sniper style for sure, bro. Get up on there in the clit, you gotta dial it in. Oh, stop, Matthew. I'm just digging myself into a further hole. See, look, don't encourage my behavior. Don't encourage my behavior. Belinda Goff, what's up? Okay, that's dope. You're out in Akron. All right, look, that's not that bad. You're like 3 hours from me. For real. Like, it's a day's... It's an afternoon drive, for real. Like, I'm fixing to be in the Dayton area here soon, actually, because Rebel Spaz is actually opening for ABK again. They got a big show, and I've got to get out there for that one. I have to get there for that show. So yeah, I'll get you the information for that one. He actually has tickets on sale now still. So, and they're not expensive actually. I can't remember how much I paid for the last ones. I think it was like $14 or something. It wasn't bad. But I said we'll find out how much they are. I will get the information to you if you want. We can meet up there. Open a store in Montana, bro. We're honestly hoping like the cloud will be worldwide here one of these days. You just watch. Like with what we have built there, it's not like our store is not like any other CBD store in the world. Like just period. The atmosphere, the knowledge. We are more like that. We have people that come in and think that we're legitimately a dispensary, but I mean our Delta 8 is honestly our flower selection is better than what you can get on the street nowadays. Like for real, people have actually stopped buying on the street and started coming to us because A, it's cheaper, B, it's safer, and C, it's better than what they were getting. You know what I mean? Some people got a nice weed connect. Other people be getting boofed, y'all. Some people be getting got. The Cloud and Belair is definitely a place you want to check out. Oh, dude, for sure. Like, absolutely for sure. Like I said, there's not another smoke shop like it. Just period. It's hard to explain, but the atmosphere in that place is one of its own. That's why I can't wait to open the one up in the Steubenville Mall because it's like 3 times the size of the Belair store. Like, it's going to be... they're turning me loose in a mall with Giggle Bush in a Giggle Bush suit all day, every day. And there's a Walmart behind us. Like you walk out the one door and poop, you're at Walmart. So I'm walking out of a mall and I can walk into Walmart, walk around in my weed suit, and hand people business cards all day. Like a couple days before we open, that's what I'm doing. I'm going up there. I'm putting fucking flyers on everybody's car door. I'm walking through Walmart in my weed suit, handing everybody that I talk to, anyone that locks eyes with me, a business card and a flyer. And I promise that Walmart's gonna get so sick of seeing my Giggle Bush ridden ass. Good connectors up. Please welcome. You can never have too many good people in your life, bro. I am so. Get a hold of me after the thing. Make sure you DM me. Make sure I get you my number. We will get something set up for sure because I am telling you, once you meet the group of people that I'm associated with and I'm affiliated with, dude, you're going to want to move down this way. Like, it just is what it is. It's a very good group of people. Staying medicated. Listen, Kush is my cologne. I absolutely always smell of the Giggle Bush. Actually, I had an older lady comment on that the other day. Like, and I know I had talked about it, but she point blank walked up to me. She goes, "Honey, you are a very good looking man." Well, thank you. I appreciate that. She said, "But you reek like marijuana." And yes, ma'am, I do. Yes, ma'am, I do. Night, Bubba. Dave Williamson, I appreciate you popping in tonight, Fuzz. I'll see you tomorrow. I'm sure of it because I open tomorrow, which actually, for the first time in a very long time, tomorrow morning, probably about 11 a.m., I'm going to go live on TikTok. I haven't for a very good while, just for the simple fact that I always catch a ban. I always catch some type of fucking drama when I go live on that app. But I am going to tomorrow just mainly for this. I'm mainly going to go live on TikTok because I want people to start coming to our WIT DADS because we do this every Monday and Friday. Without fail, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. This is what we do. I actually have other guests that come in every so often, and we chop it up, but it's just a live smoke sesh. Y'all smoke, I smoke, we chop it up, and it gives people a chance to actually get to know me. You can ask your questions, and we can talk in a way that I don't have to censor myself as much on here, and it just kind of makes it easier. Instagram has almost been like, for like drama. Like if you're doing, it seems like the lives on Instagram nowadays are almost all drama based, and I don't want that. Facebook lives, that's a fucking joke. It's a joke. They'll glitch my shit out. They'll kick people out of it and shit. It's not good. So I kind of just fell onto the YouTube, and I really want to make this vidcast work. We're fixing. I'm going to open up a what is the word I am looking for? Patreon page here very, very soon. Just because with the opening of the new store and stuff, there's going to be a lot of new stuff coming out this coming summer that I'm going to want to document, and I'm going to put out there. So we will have the Patreon opening up here soon too, because anything we make on that's going towards making this a little better experience for you guys. And we have a couple other things in the works, as far as I have a couple people that have had some really, really nice grows that they've offered to let me come and do a live amongst, so we can show you guys what they have going on in there and how they set it up. A couple that are some outdoor grows that I just recently just got kind of linked up with the people. It's going to be a good time. We've got some, there's going to be a fight at the Moundsville Penitentiary on the 16th, I think it is, where we're going to go watch one of our people in a, it's a boxing match in the old Moundsville Penitentiary. So we will be in Moundsville, West Virginia, inside the old penitentiary, watching some fucking fights. So I will be going live for that one too, because we got to support Richie. So shout out R&L Strength and Conditioning. Rick Lay is actually who's been training him, getting him ready for his fight. And then actually after the fight in the pen, I think he has a tournament. Like it's like 2 days later or some shit that's away from here, but it's like another tough man style contest where there's a bunch of people and it's like a round robin tournament. You fight until you lose or you win. But 2 days after his fight in Moundsville, he's going to be doing that one too. So more than likely we will be going and covering that as well. And I will actually be putting most of that content from now on here. I won't be putting a lot of the videos and stuff on my Facebook really at all. Just because I'm tired of catching the bands anyhow. So if you guys want to hang out, you guys want to see the funnier stuff, that's going to be on the WIT DADS YouTube page, just to keep myself from catching bands. Just kind of over that shit. Matt, are your healing dentures permanent? Because I need my teeth fixed. Scared to walk without my teeth. No, actually, Bubba, the healing denture is not permanent. I hear in they tell you to wait a year, but 6 months to a year, depending on how you're healing, they will order my actual ones, and they'll basically, because I like the ones that I have, they look real enough. I have, you know what I mean, like they fit decently well, so they're actually going to make a mold of these ones and make these my real teeth. But no, the healing denture just depends on where you go. They pull all your teeth out, they sew you up, you put the healing denture in, and the swelling holds it in place. And after that, they kind of form it, you know what I mean? They'll trim it down, whatever, until it fits your mouth, and then you glue it in until they make your new set. Your new set, they'll make it adjusted to how your mouth is now, so you don't have to use as much glue, and you can kind of hold it in there on its own. So the healing denture, it's hard to eat with. It's not really for, you know what I mean? It's not really made to chew. Whatever. Hashtag man-child. But anyway, they're not really made to chew things. They're more for show than anything. You can chew some things. I was on a soft diet. I'm still technically supposed to be on a soft to medium level diet. Not quite puree naturally, but I survived on mac and cheese and mashed potatoes for the first 3 months for real. It sucked. It did. But I'll tell you what, still worth it. One of the absolute best ideas and decisions that I've ever made for myself was getting my teeth fixed. Good luck. I can't go live on TikTok. It only takes about 10 minutes before I get booted every time. That's about how it is for me too, Bubba. I'm going to start setting alarms, get notifications for it. Well, see, then honestly, unfollow me, and then refollow me and reset your notifications. I've had to do that for a couple people too. It's just kind of the way the algorithms are, especially with all the new updates. Nicole, what are you doing this evening? I hope you are having an amazing evening. Nicole has been very supportive of me on this app for, Christ, honestly, for months at least that I can remember. she showed up one day on my on a comment on one of my videos, and she's just followed me die hard ever since. And I cannot thank you enough for popping in and joining us this evening, darling. I hope you are having an amazing evening. I really don't want to walk it out. No, see, listen, that was my problem. Just because I want to be a social media influencer. Like, I want to make my social media shit work. I genuinely feel I've got a story, and I genuinely feel I have a really good way. I have a really good knack for talking to people. You know what I mean? I have a natural gift for sharing my experiences and telling them in a way that's entertaining but still kind of gets my point across. And if you do shit the complete opposite way of what I did, you're going to be fucking just fine. And at least we can do that and make you laugh in the process. So, I mean, I want this to work. And part of my sobriety was me wanting to prove that I was a better person than I used to be. And I wanted to prove that through actions, not just through me getting on here and saying I'm a better person every day. You know what I mean? Because there are so many people, especially on like TikTok, that claim they're advocates and that they're this or that, anti-bully. When in all actuality, they're exactly not who they say they were. So, with that being said, one of my biggest fears has always been my teeth, and I've always been very upfront about that since the day I popped onto the scene. Because the internet can be very fucking rough. They can be brutal, even. And especially when you're making people laugh and joking, and you're as open about like making fun of yourself as I am. You get some people who like they kind of get a little carried away, and the first thing they will make fun of is your teeth or roast your teeth. And mine were fucked, but see, no one had really ever seen how bad they really were, just small glimpses here and there. So most people didn't know how bad they were until the day I was going to get my teeth cut out and my new dentures put in. I finally showed the world what I had been hiding for the past year that I was on the app. Because you always see my bottom teeth, but the way I had learned to hold my phone in just the way that you couldn't see up here. And it worked. That was a clever disguise that, like I said, people were shocked when I showed my mouth. They're like, how are you hiding that? Because I'd sit there for hours until I got that right angle, and then I'd make my video, which made making content a lot harder too, because I was kind of stuck. I couldn't do singing videos. I couldn't do certain lip syncs. There were certain things I couldn't do because that would mean I had to move my lips. So I was like, you know what? Nah. We got our teeth fixed. And in getting my teeth fixed, dude, just simply not being in pain anymore. The fucking earaches, dude, because them shits getting your fucking, they were in my neck, my ears, like it felt like I couldn't hear because I had so much fluid and shit built up behind my eardrums. Like that infection had my face all swelled up and shit. Even when I was, like, it wasn't hurting, it was still swelled up underneath my eyes. It was pushing, like, it was bad. So I would wake up miserable. Like, I'm talking, I wake up screaming, throwing shit, just knowing that I don't have to go through that anymore. Worth it. So fucking worth it. God. I have 16 years clean on Friday. Fuck yeah, man. That's awesome. I am so fucking... I am very fucking proud of you, honey. And I mean that. I've got 8 years. I'll have 9. I'll have 9 this year. This August, it'll be 9 years for me. I don't say sober because I do still smoke. I will always smoke. I tried every goddamn get off drugs drug that there was on the market. And the best ones I found was kratom and cannabis. Everything else you become addicted to. It is what it is. Like, you argue with me about it later. Everything else you get addicted to. Just whatever. And I couldn't get away from any of it. So the weed and kratom, I would stack the kratom, start that in the morning, smoke. Take my kratom, smoke. Take my kratom, smoke. And you do that enough every single day. But it takes weeks, especially when you're coming off of subs. I typically talk shit about anything I think people will try to pick out of my videos. See, and that's exactly what I do. Because I figure if I talk about it first, what are you going to do? I've taken that away from you. I've already commented on it. We already know. You know what I mean? So that's the first thing I always comment. It's on my weight and my teeth. And then my ears. Those are the pitches you. But the weight first. Weight first. I will call myself, well, the neighborhood friendly fat man. It's in the title. I put it out there on Front Street. They always roast my teeth. Bro, everybody always roasted my teeth. The people that knew me, like, they would always roast my teeth. Because I was literally holding some of my teeth in my head with that fucking stuff you use to make your own fillings. Like, I would go get that stuff and roll it I'd roll it like little tiny, like, snakes. And I'd stick it in between my teeth here, in between the teeth, and then I'd flatten it and smooth it over. Like, no one could tell that it looked like I had a fucking mouthpiece in. But I didn't want to not have teeth, so that was still better than the alternative. And honestly, I used that stuff. I was buying 2 little containers of that dental filling stuff every 2 days because that filling stuff only lasts 48 hours. It's water soluble, so it takes in for a minute, but the more you drink and eat, the faster it wears itself away and goes away. So in 2 days, you got to redo all that shit again. It was a nightmare for the last 8 months to almost year of my life was miserable before I got my teeth fixed. Which is why I finally said point blank, like, get your fucking teeth fixed. It is not worth waiting as long as I did. All of my teeth in the back were broken. All of them. Everything from here back. Broken down to the gums. They had to cut every one of them out. Like, but you couldn't tell because I at least still had these teeth here. I basically had the teeth structure of a llama. You ever saw The Emperor's New Groove? Like the way he that's what we were working with. That's the recipe.
How'd that go?
That's the recipe. Love Bugs, what's up, darling? Still not getting notifications. YouTube's taking... Unfollow and then refollow me. Try that. Bro, what? You weigh. You don't look like the neighborhood-friendly fat guys I knew. Oh, yeah, no. I'm 200... Okay, well, I lost a good bit of weight the last couple months because I couldn't eat anything due to my teeth. Before my teeth, okay? Because everyone thinks I trust me, I look a lot smaller on the... I'm really good at my angles, okay? Like, I look a lot smaller on camera. Before I got my teeth taken out, I was 310 pounds. I carry it very well. I have a good bit of muscle, but there is a lot of belly here. I was 310 pounds prior to my teeth getting cut out. I'm 264 right now as it sits. That's how much weight I lost. Because I couldn't eat. I was living on straight starches and simple sugars. Because I couldn't really chew anything else. It's finally got to the where I could get some stuff as long as I could rip it up small enough to throw it in my mouth and swallow it whole. I could eat it, but that was it. It was pretty slim pickings for months. So I lost a good bit of weight. And now I'm slowly putting it back on because now I can kind of chew a little bit. So I'm like a fucking garbage disposal trying to make up for lost time. But I am a little bigger than you think. If I make an appointment, will you take me? I'm dead ass. If you make a call down here to Complete Dental Care, they take insurance. It cost me $419, which is the main reason that I did it because I took that as a sign. With tax, $420. You know what I mean? Come on now. Come on now. That was $420 to get your teeth fixed for me. Okay, cool. That's all it cost. Everybody else was like 10,000, blah, blah, 400. That's a sign. Gigglebush is leading me to the promised land. You listen. See? People don't think about shit like that. That was a Gigglebush letting me know. This is your path, my child. I took it and ain't looked back. Y'all see me at the Jelly Roll concert? That would have sucked if my teeth weren't fixed. Because I couldn't stop smiling. I'd look like a whole fucking idiot. I'd look like a whole weirdo smiling in there because I'd have had no teeth from here to here. So I'd be smiling with these 3 teeth. Like, yeah, look at me. Look like I'm waiting for my fucking family reunion so I can fucking swipe right. Can I get a center for my 16th? Congratulations, you thinner. That's about my recipe. Facts, bro. I'm just scared. Listen, I was terrified. Go back and rewatch the video. Look, the morning, the day of my fucking, the day that I had to go in and they told me that my fucking teeth were in and they weren't. That morning, and I didn't even end up getting the cert of getting my fucking shit done that day. The first time I went in, they told me they made a mistake and had told me that the delivery came in, but they told me that my teeth were in, and they weren't. So they had me go into the office early that morning. They got me into the chair, prepped me up, even numbed me, and then came in and said that they didn't have my teeth. So I was already stuck a bunch of times, had me all numbed up, and didn't even do my fucking teeth that day. Well, anyhow. Hold on. What did I say? Properly, bro. Look, let me tell you what. But anyway, I was sitting in that damn chair, and I was freaking the fuck out. Freaking out. That whole morning, okay, and I say all that whole morning, I walked around our block. I was up at like 5 a.m. for no fucking reason at all. I just couldn't sleep. I had kept myself up almost that entire night just thinking about the sound of the drill, thinking about what they were going to be doing, the sounds it was going to make, like just the dumbest shit that I shouldn't have even been thinking about. And then I did all that worrying, didn't even fucking get it done, had to wait 2 whole weeks. From that day to the day that I actually got to go in and actually get the damn things done. By that morning, I was so fed up with being in pain, being tired, because I couldn't sleep. I was waking up to random fucking toothaches and shit. Couldn't sleep at fucking all. That morning, I put the kids on a bus, made a bunch of TikToks, showed off my shit, and I walked to the dentist office. Just to try to kill some of the fucking anxiety and the nerves. I walked to the dentist office and then walked home after having all my upper teeth cut out. Walked home. My wife's like, oh, I'm coming to get you. I'm like, no, the fuck you're not. Leave me alone. And I walked after having all my teeth extracted. That's how much anxiety I had. I fucking hate the dentist. Like, the dentist that I see is cool as fuck, but his office can get bent. The people in it are amazing. It's just the office itself, the building, the tools, the atmosphere, the smell, and all of it. No. The smell of hollow, burning tooth from them fucking dremeling out people's teeth. Ugh. It's like thinking of freaking nail filing your teeth with like a good like emery board. Ugh. I don't fuck with dentists. That fuck no. Pardon my language. Ugh. Chuck Stewart, appreciate you, bro. Yeah, that was actually a birthday. That was a birthday gift. One of those shirts, but I have to sell the new guy. Hey, we have them ones, and then we have the Hoo Hug Champion shirts available on Kate Savage's page too. It's scary, but it's empowering. I'm telling you what, it is. Good for you. Carry it well. Never would have thought. I was 300 in high school, dropped 85, get into the Army, and I'm sitting currently at 230. See, I never would have thought that you were 230 pounds either. But like I said, they always say the camera adds some weight, but I feel like the camera takes some of my weight off because I know for a fact I'm a lot heavier than I look on that fucking screen. But I've gotten used to holding my phone just right to where I be looking kind of nice, and then when I go to the other side, it's like frumpy. Kind of like when Lawrence, have you ever seen The Cat in the Hat? Her boyfriend, Lawrence, he's all like perfect, nice teeth, and then when he goes in his house, takes his corset off, picking his belly button, doing weird shit, no hair. I be doing weird shit when I'm alone. That's me. As soon as this camera shuts off, I go inside because I'm done peopling for the day. I plop my teeth out. I sound like one of those old guys that's going to be spitting on kids to get him out of his fucking front yard. Yeah. Anyone who's ever called me early in the morning can attest to that one. You can hear the whistle from these teeth being there, but these ones not being there. Yeah. Yeah.
Fucking Herbert from Family Guy.
Basically, I got some popsicles. Hey, Sadie, want me to make you some coffee? Noodle, love the fuck out of you, Bubba. I appreciate the shit out of you. I actually, next Monday, want to get you to come down and hang out. Like, for sure. You can come down, kick it with the live. It's always a good time when you come down, Bubba. Not to mention, I need fucking 5 minutes to talk to you. I feel like I ain't seen you in forever. But my buddy Noodle, I've actually talked about him a lot on this show, and I won't go super in depth. But he's one of those guys. He's one of those dads that when people make excuses for why they don't, like, you mean like why they're not as active in their kids' life, or like why they don't do certain things, I bring him up because that man didn't have a license, still doesn't. I watched him snow, rain, sleet, you name it, ride a bus from Martins Ferry, Ohio, clear to freaking Warwood, West Virginia, every day. Just go on Google Maps and punch in what that would be in walking distance and imagine that on a bicycle. And that man did it every single day, carrying tools, whatever he had to, putting his bike on a bus, whatever. But that's, you know what I mean, he, up until my sister finally got her license and got her themselves a car, dude, that kid did whatever he had to do for I don't know how many years to take care of his family. So when people are like, oh, well, I couldn't do this for this, or I don't have a car, I don't want to hear none of that shit. None of it. I bring up him and I leave it at that. That Noodle has my utmost respect. He knows what he's battled addiction. He actually just lost his mom a few months back. I think actually almost a year back now. Lost her to breast cancer. So he is very active in, supporting breast cancer awareness. So I'd actually kind of like to get him on here, let him tell his story because he has an incredible story. You know what I mean? He knows what it's like to be an addict, downtrodden, and you can always turn shit around. There's always a positive side to shit if you want there to be. But with that being said, I think we need to do a quick dab, and then I'm probably going to sign off because it's been an hour. So, yeah. It's time for that dab with a dad. Kylie Jacob, what up? Made my whole damn day. Kate Savage, I appreciate you for popping on. I appreciate you just for being you, chick. I mean that. For everybody that popped in that was new to the live tonight, thank you guys for giving me a fucking chance and coming to kick it with me. I honestly hope you guys enjoyed yourselves enough that you'll share and come back Monday and do this all over with me again. I want to thank Cody for showing up every time we do these. Sets up his camera, mics, everything else. Helps me set all this other shit up. Oh, hell, I didn't even show you guys the diamonds. Hang on. Let me show you here. Kylie, Jacob, I cannot complain. Life could not be any fucking better right now. All things considered, I'm happy. The cloud's doing well. My kids are doing good in school. Life's good. You know what I mean? And no matter what, I get to hang out with you guys. These are 98% pure I want to go right into Delta 8 because I work. These are Bel Air Kush 2.0 diamonds. 98% THC, 2% terpene infused. That's it. So they've added 2% terpenes. If people didn't genuinely trust me and didn't trust that what I was saying is true, you would definitely think that was another substance. And you could be blinded by a threat. Oh, bro, look, I could always be blindfolded by dental floss, but I'm going by, like, I don't want to... I want it to be where there's no point in blindfolding me here in a second, so that's what we're shooting for. I want people to think, oh, I can kidnap him and not need to blindfold him. He did it to himself. That's what I'm shooting for. Get this bad boy good and hot. Oh boy. And anyone who's using nectar collectors, all right, nectar collectors are absolutely awesome. Not to hold you guys up, Look for one that has a reclaim catcher in it, all right? These things have changed the goddamn game. I'd be doing mad dabs, okay? Like a lot of dabs, and it gets really fucking old trying to get your reclaim out. Look, it'll catch it for you. It dumps it all down here, and it fits any normal size freaking regular dab puck. Look for one. You can get them online, or you can order them from the cloud. We mail them, so hit us up. Let me know. They're only like $25, so I mean with shipping might be like 30, whatever, 35. But I'm telling you, these things are fucking worth it. So if you're doing dabs, get the reclaim catcher. Just saying. Big bet. I'll do one more with you, Scotty. There should be enough in the pipe here to... clear that bad boy out. That's the thing, you don't get a lot of smoke with these things, but God bless, they are strong. I'm ever trying to outsmoke you, but I'm trying to... Look. Dustin, I don't have my other rig out here. Yeah, I do. I thought this one still had water in it. Well, fine, Dustin. He's like... Yeah, Scotty, we've had a lot of people try to outsmoke us. It's hard to do. I mean, it can be done. Love you, hon. All right. I genuinely hope you guys have enjoyed yourselves. I hope you guys tuned back in Monday night. It's going to be an absolute blast. Oh, look, there was still a little something in there. Them dabs is rolling. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. We're just about ready. I'm just going to drop them in and we're going to roll with it. We'll let that cool down for a second. Jesus! Oh! That being said, make sure you guys tune in Monday night. I absolutely love you guys. Thank you for tuning in every single time and showing up. Be decent people, and I'll see you guys then. Love you.